Well, here's something I didn't see coming. Mephisto. Let's do it. It's almost hard to believe this. So, for a long time, people have been calling for Mephisto. And for a long time, it was believed that Hasbro was not allowed to do him. Now, there are certain arguments there that kind of work. You could argue that there's a whole religious context here that may get them in trouble and may make this very questionable. And maybe they don't want to deal with that, so they avoid it. There's also the possibility that to do something like Mephisto is impossible if it's going to retail. This is not. That could be one of its saving graces. It could be one of the reasons that we got it. Like, it's here, it's happening. Do I have a speculation? I don't know necessarily. I've heard arguments that the religious connotation of Mephisto is one of the reasons they don't want to do it. But at the same time, a big red demon man, we've seen that in other lines, and it hasn't exactly shut them down. We've seen that in other toy companies, and it hasn't exactly destroyed them. So I don't think that that's the argument here. It almost feels like they didn't know what to do with him and to the extent of how to do it. If he was going to be released, he was going to come to retail, and he was going to be large. And he wasn't going to be a small event because people have asked for him forever. But in order to do him justice and get him out, there was also a problem. Do you spend all this money on him to make him perfect, get him ready, send him out there, and then he doesn't sell? Sure, maybe you've been waiting for him. Maybe I've been waiting for him. Okay. But let's really think about this for a second. Mephisto, for as big of a character as some people would like to believe he is still very niche. I mean, he is. Guys, really take yourself... This is something I find that a lot of people have trouble doing. Pull yourself out of your hobby for a second. Pull yourself away from your interests for a second. Really go back and think about comic books. Think about comic book television shows. Think about comic book movies. And then tell me how much information the average person actually knows. It's not much. It's really not. And you are talking about a major character. But a major character that plays in the background of a lot of stuff. To the point where maybe some people that like Ghost Rider know him, but most people, if we're going to put all people in a big group here, all people, and then we're going to take the little section here that's comic book people out, and we're going to put them there. And then we're going to take this even smaller section out right here. Those are the people that read Ghost Rider. Or even know what he is. I mean, let's be real about it. Maybe they know who Mephisto is? You get what I'm getting at? This was a character I don't think they could do retail because they knew that it wasn't there. In fact, we kind of saw this with Mojo. They released Mojo, and they released a really, really good one. And then he was like on clearance and on sale forever. They couldn't get him off the shelf. Like, the people that wanted him, the people that were like, oh my god, a Mojo, they ran right out, they got a Mojo, they got him. Mojo! And then he just sat there forever. MODOK is the same way. MODOK is currently like on continuous sale all the time. I think he's like on sale on Entertainment Earth. He's on sale on Big Bad. If you do find him at a sale, he's on at a store. He's on clearance. Like, they don't want that thing. The regular people don't know what he is, don't care what he is, and don't want him. The average person going to the store wants Spider-Man, Wolverine. That's the way that it is. Maybe they want some Iron Man. They want very common stuff. Captain America. The rest of the stuff tends to sit there. Even Storm, who is a big character, a good character. I remember her being a peg warmer for a while because the average person was not looking for Storm figures. And you think this guy would have flown off the shelves? I don't believe that. Especially not with him being the size and the price he would have been at retail. For that argument. And not even an argument. Let's look at him. Because here he is. I'm sure almost everybody has already seen him. I'm not blowing anybody's minds necessarily, but I do want to look at him and I want to get some opinions here. I love the sword. That's cool. I think he has done exceptionally well. He's lanky, but he's really tall. He's got the crazy face and everything like that. I love the boots. That's very comic book. I like the braces here. I love the cape and the, whatever that is. Maybe it's like a sash or something. I can't remember what that lower part right here is called. All of that is soft goods. And he's on a wicked throne. A throne that we get, actually. It looks like he comes with a skull that he can hold. I don't think that's just a prop that they get that we don't get. That looks like something that we actually get. And man, in the right lighting, he looks like he absolutely glows. He looks so cool. There he is standing. The sword is going to be absolutely huge because he is also not small. There he is in the throne. Very simple. It looks good. I love that the hair is absolutely wild. I don't know how many head sculpts we're getting with this. Oh, I didn't even notice this. The material for the cape and the loincloth or whatever it is, it has a print on it. It's not just like a single color. So that right there, that would have been extra money. Now, here, this is the back of the throne. I do know that. And they've changed him to the other. So there's two options here. You could put him with the actual cloth material, or they also released a rubber type material cape and sash or whatever, or loincloth or whatever that's called. I don't know if this is just like a fake crack or if the throne is in two pieces and it goes together. I'll need to really look at the back to really determine that. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it comes in pieces. We don't know yet, or I don't know yet. If you know, great. But I am noticing it goes all the way across. And then is this, like you said, I'm trying to figure out how it would be placed together. The throne is unbelievable. Like, it is really, really cool. That throne is sick. In fact, that throne almost makes the purchase of him worth it. Now, this is an effect. I doubt they actually got this to balance this way. This is an effect. It's a clever camera trick, or it's an edited photo after the fact where they did this pose, and he's probably being supported by something. I doubt the stability of this character to hold this character in this balance. If somebody actually does that, hey, more power to you. I was wrong. That gives us an idea. He is taller than Maximum Spider-Man, and Maximum Spider-Man is a fairly decently tall figure. Here we got the two options here. So we do have two heads. Pretty cool. I like the head that we currently have on him more than the head that's over here. That's just me. I like this throne a lot. Of course, I like the soft goods material cloak and, or rather cape and loincloth. over the rubber material one. But the rubber material one looks really cool too, depending on the kind of shot that maybe you're trying to set up. He has like an expression hand, kind of an open-esque closed hand, and then he has two gripping hands, more than likely for the sword. That gives us an idea of the scale to the throne in terms of Spider-Man, and in terms of Mephisto, and in terms of the throne itself, which is good. The throne will be 13.7 centimeters tall, or 5.4 inches, which is actually just as tall, if not taller, than certain characters, which is really cool, actually. And it's so big, it will actually fit other lines, like Barbarian lines and stuff like that, which makes this an interchangeable piece across people's collections. That's a really cool idea. There's all the information again. Here we have the back and the front view, or rather the front and the back view of the throne, which is really cool. And then he will be 7.6 inches or 19.4 centimeters. And that is him. Now, he costs $79.99. With, for my area anyway, relatively $7 shipping. And because he is the price that he costs at $80, you do not get charged shipping and handling when you buy him. He is on pre-order, and he will be made available to ship on July 1st next year. That's fine. That gives us more than enough money to put a couple dollars back, put a 10 back, put a 10 back, put a 10 back. If you put a 10 back every month, you've got him. You've got him covered. He can be yours. I don't think this says pre-order, but I think, I could be very wrong about this. I don't want to give the wrong information. I thought that I heard he was made to order, just like the Sentinel and just like Dragon Man, that these don't necessarily sell out. You have until 8/26/2025 to make a decision. You will be charged when he ships. They think he will be available to ship approximately in July. We've talked about street dates before. And that's the information. That's it. This is crazy. And then, of course, it wants to sell me a stand because it wants to sell me a really big figure, which I'm not going to do. Guys, this is crazy. Is he worth it? I want to be honest. I've paid $30, $40, $50 for thrones alone. I bought the Zed chair, which was originally going to be a $50 item. I got mine on sale, but that's fine. I bought the Omega chair, that throne. I bought the Bone throne. I'm not exactly opposed to buying thrones here. And when I buy chairs and thrones, I expect, relatively, that it's going to cost me $40, $50. Which makes Mephisto, relatively, $40, $50, depending on the argument. $40 Mephisto, is that worth it? Yeah. He's basic. Let us not mince here. He is a nude body with boots and this. That's it. He's big. Can they reuse him? Will this be one of those things where they have a lot of reuse in the future? I don't think so. So we are kind of getting charged for tooling. He also, he comes with 2 head sculpts, but I'm going to say big deal because so many other figures do. You get a Captain America, you expect 2 head sculpts. You get a Wolverine, 2 head sculpts. I mean, it's pretty simple at this point that we almost expect it. So I don't think that he's that standout, really. It is soft goods, which is a rarity for this. So I kind of got to give that to them. Giant sword, kind of cool, but still just a slug. Not that big of a deal. The throne, highly painted, looks absolutely fantastic. I would tell you most of the price here is in the throne. I think the throne is probably a $40, $50 item by itself, which makes Mephisto a $40 or $30 item by himself, and more than likely leaning towards the $30, $35. I think that's really what we're paying here for. I don't think he is that special. Is he cool? Yes. Is he rare? Yes. Have we waited for years? Yes. But also, let me put this out here. Let me put it out here. I don't know how far we are into this figure. And there's a reason I got to say that. When we saw Dragon Man and we put our money down, the images were good. I honestly believe that he looks better finished than he looked when we just thought we were going to get him. I'm not kidding. I honestly think he looks better than he was in the pre-standing production. Like when they said, here's Dragon Man, do you want him? We said, yes, we most certainly do want him. And then we ordered him. And then we got him. And then, I would argue, he actually looks better than he was going to look. I honestly believe that. I think realistically he looks better. Dragon Man looks better when I seen him recently than he did when I pre-ordered him. And that's exciting because it gives the possibility that that throne and him will look even better by the time they're done. And let me just say something here. If he is made to order, like Dragon Man and the Sentinel, personally, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Look, I know how some people are going to feel about this. A lot of sales have moved online. Retail is a dying business as it existed. Toy stores are becoming a thing of the past. And while that may make you mad, and I can understand it because the hunt feels like it's dying, there's something to be said about this. I think things of this nature, it's about time we started moving to this design. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about McFarlane here for a second. McFarlane released a Wonder Woman that so many people wanted. But he didn't know how many people wanted it, so he underproduced it. And now it's like $200 on the aftermarket. That's too much. He did the same thing with a Starfire. A lot of people wanted it. A lot of people didn't get it. $200 on the aftermarket. Figures are coming out on the regular, and the people producing them do not actually know the rate at which people want them. And there's a sub-market that's built up because of that. A market of people that go in and buy 5 or 6 of them off the shelf. I saw a post not way too long ago where a guy literally had a truck, and he was like, he was collecting the Psylocke packs, the Psylocke Thanos 2-pack. He was collecting them, putting them in the back of his truck, and he had a post that said 6th Walmart down and moving forward. And he had like 45 of them easily, like just lining the back of his truck. He was buying them up because he's going to resell them. And he's going to resell them at an aftermarket value, probably over $100, which that pack is not worth. But we will make it worth it. I say we because I'm part of the toy community, and while I'm not going to buy it as part of the toy community, I very blatantly know that there are people out there that are going to snatch those up at $160 a pop. They will pay that money, and that is what that toy will be worth. It's inevitable. We've watched it too many times at this point. But these made-to-orders, this is how you fix that. Look, a scalper does not go on to the made-to-order and order 15 of them. What are they going to do with them? They can't sell them to me. They more than likely can't sell them to you. Think about it. If you want Mephisto right now, and he is made to order, I'm making my speculation because I remember hearing that he was. If he's made to order, you put your money, you select one, you buy him, transaction done. Do you want one that's going to be in a box and one that you're going to have? There, buy 2 of them. You're done. You have an entire year to save the money and get the figure. The guy buying the aftermarket to make money is screwed. I got it. You got it. They got it. Everybody that wanted it had an entire month to pre-order it. They pre-ordered it, then they had an entire year to pay for it. They paid for it, they got it. Now, I'm a reseller. I bought 50 of them because people are going to want this. And then I'm going around to toy conventions and whatnot and trying desperately to hack this thing. Come get it. It's Mephisto. It's amazing. It's a very rare figure. I've literally got 50 of them, and I'm literally basically the only idiot still hanging on to 50 of them. There was only like 17,000 of them made. It's a very rare figure. If you don't have one in your collection, there's no way you can get it except from me, and he costs $260. Oh no, I bought him back when they were pre-orders. That guy's screwed. He just has a ridiculous amount of inventory that he sits on. You realize that they solved the problem with Grizzlor. Like when Grizzlor came out, at first he was hard to get, and then they did a made-to-order. When Wondar came out, they did a made-to-order. Then they made Frogmonger, and they did not do a made-to-order, and he went sky high on the aftermarket. I remember that. Because I remember being confused that you would do 2 back-to-back made-to-orders that fixed the problem. And then go right back to the same stuff you've been doing. And also it saves the company from not creating overproduction. Look right now where Motu is, where it is overproducing like crazy. Look at all the figures that all of a sudden are easily accessible. There's figure after figure after figure after figure. I could go to Mattel Creations right now and buy like the last 6 Mattel Creation exclusives, and they're there. They're like all there. None of them are sold out. Oh my god, I missed these. Click, 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 click. I got them. Done. It'd be nothing. It'd be nothing. I could do that. There's nothing stopping me. Now, if these were made to order, they'd be very hard to get right now. And the company would also not be holding on to stock, wondering when they're going to have to bite the bullet and just put them on sale. That would not exist. It would save company costs, and it would save ordering costs. It would probably save shipping costs, depending on how that was set up. And it would allow the company to guarantee things like they don't create mass overages and they don't do overproduction. And when they don't do overproduction, they don't end up sitting on stock. And if they don't end up sitting on stock, it could also drive their prices down, which could help us. Like, this feels like the way to do this. And I know people won't like that. But I think made to order is probably the safest bet when it comes to adult collecting over the current market of just produce 10,000 and cross your fingers, or 100,000 or whatever. I don't know. This guy's awesome. I did buy one. Or rather, I will, a year from now. I'm gonna get out of here.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.